Hi YouTube, Tim Unkert here. In this video, I'm going to go through a quiz I had for my Algebra 1 honors a week ago. It's on tables and creating linear and exponential functions from tables and taking linear and exponential functions and then creating a table. So let's start. So problem 1, given the following table, write a function for x. On a separate piece of paper, show your work, then confirm your solution in Desmos. We're just going to write the function for the review here. So we've got x values here, 0 through 5, and then f of x values. So the first one I want to look at here is this negative 20. That's either if we have a linear function, that's my intercept. If we have an exponential function, that is my initial amount. Now if I look at the negative 20, I note that to go to 0, I have to add 20. If I go to 20, I'm adding 20 again, and I'm adding 20 again, and 20 again, and 20 again. So we're increasing by a constant rate, so this is linear, so it's going to follow the form f of x equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So my b value is going to be negative 20. And then my slope is going to be the amount I increase every time I increase 1 in x. I increase 20 on the f of x. So my slope is a positive 20. So my linear function is going to be f of x equals 20x. And then we could have plus negative 20 or just minus 20. So that's problem 1. If you want to check this out on Desmos while you're going through this, if you just happened on this video and you're trying to review your linear and exponential functions, have at it. Let's move to problem 2. All right, problem 2. We're doing the same thing. We've got a table. We're going to write a function for x. I'm looking here. This is either this 85 or x equals 0 is either my initial amount or my intercept, which I mean essentially it's going to intercept the f of x or the y-axis. Sometimes you see y equals f of x. It's going to intercept that axis anyway, so I could just call it the intercept. Now if I look how much the increase is, if I go from 85 to 119, that's like 15 plus 19, so that's 34. So it jumps up by 34 here. But then when I go from 119 to 166.6, that's a jump of 47.6. So we went from 34, 47.6. So we are pretty sure on a quiz that has linear and exponential functions that this one's going to be an exponential function. And it's going to take the form f of x equals some initial amount a times a base to the x power. Okay, so the initial amount a is going to be 85. So we know a. To figure out b, what we need to do is we need to take, these are jumping up by 1 in x, so I can take the 119 here and divide it by 85. And let me take out my handy calculator here. And let's pull this out and pull this up. So we do 119 divided by 85. That gives me a b value of 1.4. So f of x is going to equal 85 times 1.4 to the x value. And that's going to be our function for number 2. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, problem 3, given the following table, write a function for x. Okay, this time we don't have where x equals 0. I can note that going from 0 to 45, that's a jump of 45, so I'm increasing by 45 here. And I increased from 45 to 90 and 90 to 135. So this is a linear function. And my slope is going to be 45. Because I'm increasing 1 in x, I increase 45 on f of x. So my slope is 45. But now I have to bring this back to where x equals 0 to find my b value. So we're starting at 0, and then we would subtract, to go from 2 to 0, we'd go 2 steps back, so subtract 2 times 45. So if we work this out, my b value is going to be negative 90. And my function, f of x, is going to be 45x minus 90. All right, so 45x minus 90, that's the function. Let's look at another one. I should say f of x equals 45x minus 90. Okay, this next one, we also don't have an x value of 0. And we look at this jump, and you can tell right from looking at this, this isn't consistent. So if I want to figure out first my base of my exponent, I'm going to take 148.32, and I'm going to divide that by 123.6. Okay, so let's do that out. So 148.32 divided by 123.6, and I get a b value of 1.2. Okay, so now if I take this 123.6, because to go to 148, I'm multiplying by 1.2. If I take this value and divide by 1.2, that's going to give me my initial amount. So 123, or another way to say it, it's going to give me the amount where x equals 0. So divide that by 1.2. And we get 103. So my function f of x equals 103 times 1.2 to the x power. And that's the function for number 4. Okay, number 5. Okay, so we've got a function here. This time I'm dropping 21 here as I increase 1 in x, and I drop 21 again. And I'm consistently dropping 21 each time. So my slope, this is going to be a constant rate of change, so it's a linear function. So my slope is negative 21. And now we've got to bring this back up. We're starting where x equals 0. So to find my intercept, I've got to take 121, and I've got to add 4 times 21. So let's do that out quickly on the calculator. And we get 205. So my function is going to be f of x equals negative 21x plus 205. There we go. All right. If you have questions on any of these so far, put a question in the comments below. All right, so this next one, we're given a function, f of x equals negative 3x minus 2. We want to construct a table for the x values 0 through 5. All let's go ahead and build a table for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so our first value, we're going to have negative 3 times 0, which is 0, minus 2. We can just take the second part, which is our intercept, so we can just put a minus 2 here. And we know what the slope is, negative 3, so we're going to decrease by 3 each time. So we're going to go to negative 5, negative 8, negative 11, negative 14, and negative 17. And that's it for our table for problem 6. Okay, problem 7, we're given an exponential function, 95 times 1.15 to the x power, and we want to construct a table for values 0 through 5. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so the initial amount is going to be 95, and each time we increase by 1 on x, we're going to multiply that by 1.15. So we're going to do 90 times 1.15. That gives us 109.25. Okay, times 1.15, that gives us 125.6375. I may round as we get up a little bit. Okay, multiply again. Yeah, I'm going to be rounding. So 144.48. That's a rounded value. Times 1.15, 166.16. Times 1.15, and then we have 191.08. Okay, and there we go. We got our table for that one. All right, next, I think this is the last one actually. Given the function f of x equals negative 11x plus 32, construct a table of x values for negative 3 through positive 3. All right, so let's do our x and our f of x. We have negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's start with our table. The intercept is 32, so where x equals 0, we're going to have 32. And we're going down by 11 each time, so we go down to 21, 10, and then negative 1 here. As we go the other way, we're going to go up by 11, so let's see, 43, 54, and 65. And there you go. Table is done, and this review of this quiz is done. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you do have questions, leave questions in the comments below.